said, "Yeah, will you be my thesis advisor?" I was like, "Sure, cool." But I never forget there was this kid, this little roly poly kid, and he wanted to do as his thesis project. He wanted to make a record. And I was like, well, that kid should talk to me, but she's, oh no, Andrew is gonna do. So the kid's name is Andrew Luce, Luce, and he's huge now, huge, like huge. Played what is it, Coachella a couple of times, and I don't think he's gone on to college. I just think, and he, you know, as, when you go to see these senior theses, you're sitting there, you're listening, and I'm in the audience, and I'm listening to his stuff, and I'm like, hey, this is not bad. This kid, it's not my type of music. It's like, Chemical Brothers, David Guetta type stuff. But for what that is worth, I could tell the kid had some chops. But completely without his parents' help, without anybody, sent it to a few labels, and is like now internationally known. But I think what was significant about what he did was he made music that he loved, that he didn't think anybody would give a shit about. And I think that that's always a winning combination. The only person I know who set their aim for stardom and actually it managed to work for them was Vinny Stigma from Agnostic Front. And I'd go through New York, and he started out. He's a little bit older than everybody else. He started out kind of as a glam band, like he saw the New York Dolls and goes like, okay, this is cool. This is like, and so the glam band that didn't work. And then I remember going to New York one time. He said, Eugene, we're gonna be in a skate band next. And I was like, hey, Vinny, whatever. God love you. But then he hit with Agnostic Front, and they're still strong. We saw them when they played in San Francisco recently, and they're playing stadiums overseas, doing really well, and it makes me really happy. Again, doing exactly what the fuck they want. But from Vinny's point of view, it was like, what I want to do is to do this seriously, and he's managed to do that. So that was nice.
So basically, tips for teens is do what you want, do it for yourself, and don't
Yeah,
listen.
I don't. Every success story that you hear is sort of prefaced these days with somebody just doing shit that they wanted.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, whether it's Billie Eilish or even, people pay attention to latter day Amy Winehouse. But the reality of it is, she's a singer, songwriter, guitar player, and they were trying to figure out kind of what to do with her. And it was Ronson who put in, said, oh, well, we'll get these people to play. I mean, it wouldn't have happened without somebody just pursuing their muse.
Yeah.
If you have careerist notions about music, or you just the people who had careerist notions about music, or who just were doing it to be part of a scene, they're working as programmers now. They're not doing music, right? They've given up. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's just, I had a discussion with someone who, being considered a professional musician versus not.
Mhm.
And a professional means that you're earning your living wage as a musician. So
Yep.
there was a lot of debate going on, though, because there's a lot of passion that people, including my husband, he's a drummer, and I
Mhm.
consider him a professional, though he is not earning his living wage off of that. But at the same
Yep.
time, he's a damn fine drummer. So,
Yeah,
okay.
but if he takes his drums out of the house and he's playing in public, he's getting paid for it. Even if it's $10, he's getting paid for it. And in my mind, that's what qualifies professional. I mean, people find out from my, dads at my kids' school, oh, you're in a band. We'll come over, hang out in our garage. We'll jam a bit. It's like, I'm not a snob, but it's like, I'm not really doing that shit for fun. I'm pursuing an artistic vision. And if nobody's interested in funding that, that's fine. I don't have to leave the house to do it. But I fully expect, based on a view of the panoply of music that's out there, that, yeah, we probably should get paid for it because somebody's paying for stuff that's half as good as ours. So why not us?
Exactly, exactly. And having all these tools available to us now through the internet actually gives us a much better chance of musicians getting paid, even if Spotify is giving you a tiny, tiny little bit of money, but you're doing your own merch and you're selling your own wares on your own website. You've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Snapchat, yak, 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 so you can be promoting yourself all the
Well,
time.
I don't know that I'm quite where Albini is with this, where he says like, oh, it's great. It's given me an avenue of an expression that I didn't have before. I mean, yeah, he's saying that now, but I remember when people could actually not have jobs based on the records they sold. That was never me, but I knew some people could do it. But the reality of it is, in one aspect, I think he's right, and that's that access is really totally different. I mean, you put a record out, and maybe somebody, we always put, my phone number on the records or our address. We get letters, but we're communicating something, and part of communicating has been aggressively eased by the internet, right?
Right.
So